Man, this thing is honestly comfy enough as it is right now. Oh, I don't even think I need any cushions. How's it going, everybody? My name is Jaden. I'm currently building out a 40-foot school bus to be my full-time off-grid home on wheels. I'm documenting the entire thing here on this YouTube channel, so if you like that kind of thing, make sure to hit subscribe so you can keep up with all the progress from start to finish. Wanted to hit you guys with a little update here, as I have been pretty busy in the last couple weeks, mainly finishing up everything on my interior walls. I'll show you here in a second, but everything's got at least one coat of tung oil on it, and I really like the look. It makes it so much warmer in here. I mean, this color compared to this color of birch plywood, I just enjoy looking at and being surrounded by just a little bit more. So, and it protects the wood too, so it's a double win for me. But other than that, I've been toying with what to do next, and there's so many directions that I can go after doing my finished walls. I could work on the plumbing, I could work on building in my kitchen cabinetry, I could build my dinette, I could work on stuff in the ceiling, work on maybe like a security camera system. There's so many different ways that I can go now and branch off to make this place my home. But what I landed on next is what I'm sitting on, and it's my couch. And over this weekend, I've been putting this thing together really with little to no plan. Not even really like a size plan. I kind of just was like, okay, I want it to be like around 7 feet long so I can lay out fully on it. I'm not 7 feet, but you know, lay out on it fully and not be cramped by any cushions that I have or anything like that. And I kind of just started throwing it together. The one thing I did have in mind is I wanted it to be angled back here, so when I have some big old thick cushions, I can lean back without having to like sit straight up. That was huge for me. The second thing I wanted was to make it a kind of like a pull-out bed slash couch, and that's what I did. So every other slat here is drilled in or screwed in on either side and on a center support in here, and then other slats are free to slide out. So basically they can slide out to about right here. I don't know if you can see in the camera right now, but let me just make sure you can. So this is about how far each slat can come out while being supported by this center support, a support here, and then eventually when I face off the front of this couch, a support right here. And that's going to make a pretty decently sized sleeping arrangement for, I don't know, whoever wants to sleep on it. Me, maybe? Any friends? I don't know. But yeah, so this whole thing in materials probably cost me about 150 bucks. How many 2x4s did I use? Probably about 10 2x4s to put this thing together. I probably like way overbuilt it. I don't know much of anything about building anything. So I kind of just start throwing 2x4s together until I get a shape that I like. So that's kind of what I did. So 2x4s make up the entire frame. I've got a center support here. I've got two supports on either end, two supports on either end with a bunch of vertical supports that I'll show you in a second going around the couch, so it's really sturdy. I used this 1x4 common board from Home Depot as like my slats. Honestly, if you wanted to do this kind of thing and wanted it to be cheaper and potentially even stronger, just use 2x4s as your slats. You would probably be able to get away with doing less of them, and it would be cheaper. These 1x4s in an 8-foot length are like $8 or $9, whereas these 2x4s are like $4.50 a piece for an 8-footer. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this. It's a good size for me too. Like, you're looking at it right now and you're like, well, that's really wide here in the seat portion, which it is. Like, if I go all the way back right now to the backer, I can't bend my legs down to hit the floor because it goes like halfway up my calf. But when I have like a really thick cushion on the back of this and cushions up here, I'm gonna be more so like right out here if I'm sitting straight up and I can like lean back on it. But most of the time, if I'm sitting on the couch, this is how I'm sitting. Like, this is how I want to sit on a couch. You know, I don't want to be sitting like all nice and proper, you know what I mean? But yeah, most of the time if I'm on this couch, I'm gonna be laying down like this, or like leaning or something or other. I don't really know, but man, this is already comfy enough, man. Honestly, this is a comfy couch, even without the cushions. So I didn't really plan much of this at all, honestly, and it's not done yet. I still have to face it all off with plywood. I've got one face right here of some plywood, but dude, I am so tired. It's like the perfect temperature in here. I've got the fans going, the windows open. It's making me sleepy. I've even got this big old monster and it's still making me sleepy. So I think I'm gonna call it for today. Enjoy the nice weather outside, take Bailey to the park, let her run around, and kind of just enjoy my Sunday, you know what I mean? But there's still more to do on the couch, obviously. I'm going to be facing this whole thing with 1/2-inch birch plywood, and then figure something out for the undercarriage here. I don't know if you're angled down enough to see, but this undercarriage, I mean, there's a lot of usable space underneath the couch that I definitely need to make full use of. So I'm kind of toying with what to do as far as like storage solutions. Do I do pull-out drawers? Do I do cubbies with a little door to open them? Do I do just like one big old sheet of plywood that like folds up or down to access the cubbies inside? I don't know yet. Still thinking about it. I also don't know really what my, finished look is really gonna be. Like, is it just gonna be painted plywood? Is it gonna, like, what I'll probably end up doing is facing it off with some plywood and then do some kind of decorative, finish on the plywood, maybe some kind of painted design, or geez, I got a lot of sawdust on my head. What the heck? But yeah, maybe some kind of painted design on them, or I don't really know. That this is where it gets hard for me. Like, all the other stuff has been difficult, but I've been able to conceptualize how to do it. The artsy fartsy stuff does not come naturally to me. So definitely a little tricky for me to picture that, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, what do you think, guys? I mean, I think the couch is coming along pretty nicely. It's pretty huge. It's hard to tell the size of it really, because the bus is a mess. Let's just say that the bus is an absolute mess right now, and that's how it goes. That's literally every time I finish a project, I clean it up to make a video about it, and then right away it gets messy again. So definitely gonna have to clean this up a little bit. But I mean, here's what it looks like in the bus, and it's kind of like a fisheye lens on this GoPro, so it's not fully accurate. It looks a lot bigger on screen than it actually is comparatively to the rest of the bus. It looks like it takes up like half the space, but it really doesn't. I still got, about this couch comes out from the wall about 2.5 feet or so, closer to 3 feet, and I'll have some 2-foot wide cabinets, so I'll have like a solid couple feet to walk through. It's not going to be cramped, or it's not going to be too cramped at least. It's kind of just how I roll, though. I kind of just, start putting something together and just make it work out. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. But I think this will turn out really well. But let me spin you around. Look at the finish here. This is what it's really going to look like. You can kind of see a little bit of a sheen to it, and there's definitely a textural difference. It feels completely like finished, I guess. It just feels protected and solid. Like, it's not going to scratch, it's not going to dent. Like, it feels a lot more solid, and it's a little bit more glossy. So I'm going to do a second coat on all the other sheets here, give it one last sand, and make it all nice and pretty. But I couldn't bring myself to do that this weekend. I did not have a fun time doing it. It's not hard, it's just tedious. Sanding, painting, wiping, waiting. It's just a tedious thing, and I didn't want to do it. So I wanted to do something a little bit bigger. That's why I did the couch this weekend. And Bailey likes it too. She got up on the couch, and I opened up she hasn't been able to look out any of the windows thus far. So I got her up on the couch, opened up the window, plopped her up on the windowsill, quote unquote windowsill. She looked out, and I don't know, man. You can say what you want, but it looked like she was enjoying it. So anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to cut this video. There's still a lot to do, but I'll do a big grand reveal for like my totally finished walls as well as the finished couch. Once I complete it, I'll probably finish it up throughout the week, so expect that to come soon. And make sure to hit subscribe if you like this kind of thing. Like I said earlier, I'm doing a full build series here on this channel, going from complete start to complete finish on this bus, turning it into my full-time off-grid tiny home on wheels. So make sure to follow along if you like that kind of thing. I've also got a lot of other videos on my channel going over what it's taken to get to this point in the build thus far, going over things like raising the roof, putting in windows, insulated subfloor system, framing my bathroom, building an electrical system with solar on the roof. So if you're curious about any of that kind of stuff, make sure to go check out the channel. But with that, I will see you next time. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap. Oh.